Hi guys, it's Ivan Trades. I'm back once again. It's been a long time since I have done any trade recap. So today I have a trade which I took yesterday on Friday on 3rd of October 2025 on Euro USD. So that is the trade which I'm going to make a recap on, and it was a trade before or post NFP. Let's get straight into it. So on the high time frame, we have been bearish as we opened high on the Euro USD. So we opened high on the week. So I was expecting an open high, low, close uh, kind of candle, but we made a pretty large wick on the early days of the week. So I wasn't expecting too much range to the downside. So on Wednesday, what happened was the price actually made a high, made a lower low inside of the monthly and the weekly open, meaning that we were likely to have a tight consolidation on Friday because we already did what the weekly delivery profile was expected to do. So coming into Friday, I was expecting a kind of bearish NFP because we opened high, made uh, some kind of rangy price action which ranged to the upside. But if we go to the low time frame, I'm gonna show you what happened on the open of 9:30, which is the actual time on which the news was released. So on the next slide, you can see right here what we have. We have Euro USD on the low time frame or 5-minute time frame. If you are uh, if you do watch out closely what are my updates in the Telegram channel, you know this trade that I was attempting to trade on my demo account. I was expecting this to be the actual high of London session and the trade to push to the downside and clear out this low of the London session, which was created at approximately early 3 a.m. So what happened was the price started ranging, waiting for the New York. So after waiting for New York inside of this tight consolidation, this high and this low, the price swept this low inside of the 60-minute fair value gap, which I was already anticipating to be a, an important factor for gauging the order flow, as well as this 60-minute fair value gap, which I forgot to note. So the price was pretty much stuck inside of the range of the Thursday, inside of the range of previous day's high and the previous day's low, which is likely to mean that if the news were released, they were likely to gravitate towards one of these higher time frame levels, either the Thursday's high or the Thursday's low. What happened was when the news was released during 8:30, you can see right here the price just did almost nothing on the NFP. If you remember, if you uh, know anything about news, you know that the US government is currently shut down due to the disagreement of how the government's funds has to be used, which likely means that the unemployment news was not released, meaning the price was still stuck in this consolidation. So after seeing that, uh, during the 8 a.m., we seen the price slowly gravitate towards the London high, which was right here, and we tagged it a little bit. whilst the on the GBP USD, it was right here. You can see that GBP USD already took out the London's high, making a short-term high right here. So after the change in state of delivery, which happened, uh, let me show you where it happened actually. The change in state of delivery happened once price closed below that point right there. So let me clear it a little bit so it can be easily seen. When the price closed below here, I was expecting this fair value gap to not hold, specifically after this stop hunt happened above the 8 a.m., which was the official the news release, and we seen the rejection of this high right here. I was expecting this high to hold. So there was also on 1 minute other confirmations, which I'm not going to go through all of them, but what happened was on the low time frame I instantly took a buy position, a sell position, and the sell position, I was anticipating this high to not be taken out. So this was my market order. I was targeting the London lows because we already took out the London highs, and the price, you can see that right here, uh, started gravitating towards the upside. But these, I think this was the trade in the London session. It's not the actual trade which I took. So this is what happened. After I entered the market, stayed stuck essentially in this below this CB, which I annotated on a 5 minute, which is two consequent CBs on the 1 minute time frame. And on the open of 10 a.m. right here, as you can see, the price uh, gapped in the upside direction. My stop loss was not respected because I was initially risking only $26, and I ended up losing way more than that. So you can see what ended up happening. It was just the market gapping up in the opposite of what I was expecting. So essentially that was what happened. I ended up losing more than I was anticipating, which is kind of frustrating. But when you trade, you should accept that anything can happen in this market. So what is important is that you follow your edge and let the market do its thing. So I think you already saw it in the live trade record, which I already posted in this same video before you watched this. And yeah, that was it. And overall, I gave back the profits which I made, but which is kind of frustrating. But yeah, you can do nothing about it. The price essentially, if you can see what happened on the high time frame, the price when we opened at 10 a.m. Shot up towards the previous day's high right here, and wicked inside of it and instantly pushed to the downside, which was the opportunity which I missed, selling back into the range, which I didn't care because I lost essentially too much to be able to place any other trade. Because as you know me, I only place one or maximum two trades per day, and then I'm done. But because today I lost way more than what I was supposed to take, yeah, I called it a day. And yeah, hopefully you learned something. You cannot control what the price will do. You just have to align, and if it doesn't work out, you do not have to go back and chase it, because wonder what would have happened if I decided no, I'm gonna short once again. This week will not have left me safe. So yeah, I am glad that I took that as a lesson instead of punishment, because I did everything right and I still didn't manage to get the profits which I wanted. And it's okay, because I know for a fact that yeah, over time I will win in the end. So yeah, that was it. That was my trade on post NFP, and I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next one. That's it, I guess. So thank you.